What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the greatest host, Kyle Masters, as always. I have a co-host in the studio today, but it is not Brandon. It is not Corporate Cappy. It is my other co-host, No Cell Phil. Phil, what's going on, bud?
Oh, what's up, everybody? I'm just happy to be back at NHBWP.
Yeah, it's been a long hiatus since you've last been on the show.
Yeah, we're back from the dead like The Undertaker.
Just like The Undertaker. But what an interesting Survivor Series it was on Sunday. WWE did go the predictable route as we kind of predicted that they were going to with the WWE title picture. We'll get into that later on in the show, as well as one of the WWE's top superstars right now that is injured, so that's just another superstar to add to the injury list. Great. We'll jump right into it. We had the pre-show match. It was a traditional Survivor Series tag team match, 5-on-5. We had Miz, Bo Dallas, Stardust, and the Ascension against the Dudleys, Titus O'Neil, Goldust, and Neville. Titus O'Neil was the replacement for the injured superstar, which is Cesaro, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But we missed this match. We didn't really get to see it, but I guess thank God, because I read the match, and it was really just a typical pre-show match just to get the pay-per-view going. But in the pre-show, we all thought that was going to be it. When we first started watching, when the pay-per-view started, we thought that was the traditional Survivor Series match and you're going to have in the pre-show. I'm like, how can you do that to the tag team match that signifies Survivor Series? I mean, like, how do you put it in the shitty pre-show? Like, that's just like for shitty mid-card talent that they have nowhere on the pay-per-view for a spot, so they're going to put them in the pre-show in some sort of match. So, I don't even know anything to say about this match. So we didn't see it, but I wouldn't think I had anything to talk about it. I don't think Phil here has anything to talk about it either.
Nope, we're taking care of business at ball hockey, so.
Yeah. The team Dudleys won. I guess we'll keep calling them Team Dudleys.
Sure.
I mean, they're the only, besides Neville, the only thing, stand out on this team. I mean, Titus O'Neil is in and out of the door with his partner. I mean, when's the last time the Primetime Players wrestled?
I don't know. When they had the titles.
We had this sparking tag team division that was growing, and all of a sudden it just stops out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You had the Dudleys come back. New Day just kind of like... It's almost like New Day squeezed it all and ended it all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't... Yeah, they're entertaining, but they're holding on to the titles for the wrong reasons. Like, they're not even defending them. So it's like when Brock Lesnar had the title. He wasn't defending it a lot. He was just gone. So how do you have a champion on someone and not defend the title at all? Or when Dean Ambrose had the United States title a couple years ago, and he just never defended it at all. Just never. This is exactly the same situation. But the Dudleys won that match. Good for them. Dudleys and Neville and Goldust and Titus O'Neil. Actually, that's a return of Goldust. Goldust hasn't been on TV in a while and had a match lately. So I think that's the return of Goldust right there.
Yeah.
So I thought he was done.
I don't know.
I heard like a rumor back in the beginning of the summer he was done. Like he was going to call it quits and that was it. He was just going to be like a backstage talent manager or whatever. But whatever, maybe he's probably one of those people that can't get away from the ring. Like as much as he wants to leave, he just can't do it. I don't blame him. Like he's in the best shape of his life. So like I don't blame him not wanting to leave. But jumping into the pay-per-view, the opening match was the first semi-final match. We had Roman Reigns against Alberto Del Rio. We missed this match. It sucks. It sucks that we missed it. We just got home in time for the Kevin Owens and Ambrose match, but I was reading this match and how it was going along in the car. It was pretty short for a semi-final match, this is where I thought the semi-finals were going to be later in the show. I didn't think they were going to kick off the show. But the Del Rio and Roman Reigns match ended up being very quick. It was almost like Del Rio got jobbed. He only got in a couple moves from what I read, and then Roman Reigns beat him with a clean win. Like there was no heel turn. Everyone thought that maybe Ambrose was going to screw over Roman Reigns or something like that. There was none of that. Reigns just won cleanly over Del Rio. I'm hoping Del Rio gets someone to feud with really good with in the next couple of weeks because he has that United States title, and this whole Mex America thing is actually growing on a lot of people, and it's actually a really good gimmick. So good for Del Rio and Zeb Coulter, and good for Reigns for moving on. We'll jump into the match that we actually both seen, that we can both talk about here. We had Kevin Owens against Dean Ambrose. Unfortunately, my boy didn't win. I picked Kevin Owens. I think Phil picked Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I did pick Ambrose for that.
It was a pretty good match. I mean, man, I was telling you earlier how athletic Kevin Owens is for a guy his size.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We watched that moonsault he did. I know he missed, but still, the guy that size pulling off a clean moonsault off the third rope is impressive.
That was sick.
And it's not like he just does it once in the blue moon. He does it almost all the time. Like, he does a lot of moves that guys his size can't do normally. Like, Kevin Owens is an unreal talent, and WWE did so good on getting him into the WWE. So, and good for Ambrose, I guess, for winning this match. I guess it was more going the predictable route. Now, everyone thought it was going to be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in the finals, and WWE chose that way. I would have loved to see Kevin Owens in the finals. Like,
that would have been interesting.
Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns, get that that mysterious factor in there, and everyone's like scratching their heads, like, what the hell? Who's going to win this match?
Yeah.
Like, everyone knew as soon as the finals happened later in the night that Roman Reigns was going to win. Mm-hmm. It was so predictable. I just don't know why WWE went that road. With all the talent that's missing right now because of injury or going on a hiatus, why would you go the predictable route? You want to get fans you want to get viewers, you want to get more fans to watch now that the product's becoming a little bit dry. Why wouldn't you go another route than predictability? So, I don't know. Do you have anything to say about this match, Phil?
Well, for me, we only saw, like, the middle on to the end, right? And, already, that was probably my match of the night. That's all I want to say.
For only seeing half a match.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Owens, man. I think it's because of him.
I know. Like, we flipped on the TV, moonsault on Dean Ambrose. It's like, what's going on? This match is awesome.
It's not even that. I'm not even taking anything away from Dean Ambrose. Unreal talent Dean Ambrose is. He's getting over the crowd right now. He's insane. He's so good. His singles character is unreal.
Yeah.
So
just his moveset is less flashier than Owens. So Owens stands out a little bit more.
Look where Kevin Owens even comes from. Kevin Owens comes from pulling the shit off in Ring of Honor for years on end. Just like when he was telling John Cena, I've been doing this longer than you have. So, like, Kevin Owens has been in the industry for a long hell of a time, so he knows what to do, and he knows what the crowd wants.
He'll get his turn.
I really hope so. I really was hoping he would be the number one heel as Seth Rollins was gone, but, oh well, he's still got his IC title, and he can still be that sort of prize fighter. Moving on after that, WWE surprised us. They had another traditional Survivor Series match. Thank God you had this fucking match, WWE, on the main card. If you weren't going to have it on the main card, I was going to be seriously pissed off. It's like having other pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell
and not having
the Hell in a Cell match. Or having an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view and not having an Elimination Chamber match. But thank God you assholes actually got this match in. I mean, you put it in the middle of the card because I know it's a stacked card. This pay-per-view was hard to have it the last match like they did last year, but they had one. They had the team of Ryback, Lucha Dragons, and the Usos. I guess the rest of the mid-card talent that's left that has no spot in the pay-per-view, against the New Day, Sheamus, and Barrett. And I say Sheamus like that because this is at the point where everyone thought that, okay, so is Roman Reigns and Ambrose, Sheamus is going to cash in, but then he gets put in the traditional Survivor Series match, everyone's kind of thrown off, saying, oh, maybe he won't cash in.
Yeah, he'll be too tired.
Yeah, they won't do it. I mean, I don't remember if Randy Orton even had a match. Did Randy Orton have a match before he cashed in last
year? At SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Well, that was 2 years ago, actually.
2 years ago.
2013, yeah.
That was, wow.
No, Orton did not have a match. He was nowhere to be seen, so yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is what threw everyone off. But this ended up being actually a pretty good match. There are a lot of good spots in this match. When the Usos and the Lucha Dragons all jumped over the rope at the same time, and then Ryback decided to do something like no one thought he would do, was do a cross-body jump off the top turnbuckle onto everyone outside. The guy that size landing on everyone is gonna hurt. Let me tell you, like, that guy is just built with muscle. The guy eats bricks for breakfast.
Yeah. He's built like a brick wall.
Yeah. But it was a good match, and when Big E got eliminated, New Day decided to carry him to the back and ditch Sheamus, and Barrett was already eliminated, so basically it was Sheamus left against Ryback, one of the Usos, and the Lucha Dragons. Of the Lucha Dragons, sorry. So basically, Sheamus was screwed.
Yeah, he put up a really good fight though.
He did. I honestly thought he was gonna win and overcome everything.
But, I thought Kingston and Woods were gonna come back, but
we all did think that they were gonna come back and end up winning the match, but they didn't. They left with their unicorns up high. I guess in their case up high. I mean, they ditched the match. They didn't finish it, but whatever. That's New Day's thing, and they're hilarious. I love them no matter what.
Lots of T-shirts in the crowd.
Yeah, we noticed there's a lot of unicorn T-shirts in the crowd.
Yeah.
Lots, like especially on the camera side, there was tons. If you haven't looked, go look. There's a lot of people with unicorn shirts. I think it's growing on people.
Oh yeah.
New Day is this has been
They're
an
big.
unreal gimmick.
Yeah.
Better than when they first started. When they first started, there was like no reaction to them whatsoever when they came out as faces. Like they tried so hard to be face, but they're way better heel.
Oh yeah.
100% better. And Xavier Woods is their like hype man is just hilarious with the trombone and everything like that. But good for Ryback, Lucha. New Usos winning that match. Moving on, we had the Divas title match. This really, really anticipated match of the night because of the hype built up for this match, especially what happened the last Raw before this. Holy crap!
A little bit intense.
I didn't even tell Ric Flair that they were gonna mention Reed Flair. Like that was nuts, and that I think it threw off Charlotte a bit because it kind of looked like she forgot her lines after Paige pulled that line out, and it just built the intensity for this match, and it actually had a pretty good match. There were a lot of good moves in this match. I thought my girl Paige was actually gonna win, and they were gonna have a heel champion.
That's what I thought too.
But no, they had Charlotte win. They made Paige tap. They made Paige look really bad in the ending of this match. I did not like the ending of this match.
Yeah, she submitted, right?
Yeah, she submitted easily to the figure 8, even though she was so close. That's what I mean. I hate when they submit when they're that close to the ropes, when they get the move first applied. Not like if she was crawling and tried to make her way and almost got to it and then tapped out, I would have been fine. Yeah. But she got the move applied to her when she was right next to the rope. I just don't understand how you can't reach it. You're right there. I hate endings like that, and I hate how they made Paige look so weak on that. Like,
that was a hard-hitting match, though. Like
it was.
She slammed her head on the apron.
There was a lot of intense spots, especially the one where she climbs up on top of the barrier and yells, "This is my house," and then Charlotte jumps up like Jeff Hardy and spears her off it.
Yeah.
Like the Divas Revolution. Ever since this Divas Revolution has started, it's been the Divas matches have gotten a lot better.
The wrestling has been great.
Yeah. This is what we need. We don't need this total Divas bull crap shit behind the scenes shit that the Bellas pull off all the time. But the wrestling has been unreal.
Yeah. And
speaking of wrestling divas, when the hell? I know Brandon's gonna love it for me for saying this, and I've regretted saying this for a while, but I've come to agree with them. When the hell are they gonna give Sasha Banks her shot? Do they not know that Sasha Banks is the best wrestling diva in the Divas locker room right now? She is unreal. She's got a crazy moveset. She's just so fluid in the ring. But they're burying her with this Team Bad nonsense.
And they're barely on Raw.
Yeah, they're barely on Raw. They're on SmackDown, which no one watches. Yeah. Though she was on Main Event the other week. I'm like, what the fuck is this? She's on Main Event facing Becky Lynch. Like really? I don't know. They need to push Sasha Banks. I really hope there's something in the works to push her. I really would love to see a Paige versus Sasha Banks title match. That'd be unreal. That'd be like Paige versus AJ Lee type quality match for sure. Because both Paige and Sasha Banks have great movesets. And not taking anything away from Charlotte, she's a good wrestler too. But I can't think of anyone else that has a good moveset. Like Naomi, no. Tamina never fights.
No.
Alicia Fox never fights, and when she does, she sucks. Brie Bella is okay. She's not fluid.
Nikki's the better one.
Yeah, Nikki's the better one. Brie's just like really bad. I don't know. I don't like Brie as a Divas wrestler, and they have some people still coming up. I mean, they've been dropping Emma up and down like 100 times, but Emma's a good wrestler. Bayley's a really good wrestler. And there's a lot of divas that are even going to come up soon that are actually really good wrestlers. So I'm liking the direction that the divas are going right now.
And why can't they do multiple storylines? It seems like there's always one diva storyline, and
yeah, they just tie everything in.
Yeah,
like Natalia's never on TV anymore either. I forgot about her. She is a good wrestler, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Natalya. Maybe there's something backstage with Tyson Kidd or something.
Yeah, maybe she's taking care of him.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But yeah, Charlotte Paige, my match of the night, honestly. For all the matches that I've seen the whole way through, that's probably it for now. I'm going to go watch Owens versus Ambrose again, though.
Yeah, that'll probably change your mind. They'll be match of the night for sure. But yeah, I'm liking the direction the Divas are going. But moving on to the next match, we had the Pretty Boy match, which I'm not liking that they did this so early. Just like when they did Kevin Owens and John Cena way too early. Dolph Ziggler against Tyler Breeze.
Not much to say about this.
Literally, they could have done such a better job with this match. And I said it in the last podcast. They should keep this match for WrestleMania.
Hair versus hair match?
Yeah, hair versus hair match. This would be an insane build up to this match. Both of them are pretty boy type wrestlers. Both wrestlers go by their looks. This would only make sense to have a hair versus hair match. One of them can sacrifice and be bald for a bit. Hair grows back. Like, relax. It's not going to be the end of the world. This should have been saved for like a WrestleMania type of match, for sure. But other than that, the match was pretty bland. None of us were really paying attention to it.
The most notable thing was Breeze's finisher.
Yeah, Breeze. That was the only thing that caught our eye. He was the unprettier.
Yeah.
As his
that
finisher.
Makes a lot of sense. I like it.
It makes a lot of sense, and I'm actually shocked that WWE letting him do that, because I didn't think WWE would be that cool.
Yeah.
They've been pretty lame lately, so that's
all these like head moves.
Yeah,
especially
that's insane. I can't believe they're letting him use the unprettier, but I love it. I hope they let him call it the unprettier. Maybe they get like a blessing from Christian, like make it called the unprettier.
Yeah, I know, because for him it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, and he used it, and he won the match. He buried Ziggler and won with the unprettier. Yeah. And it sucks for Ziggler, because Ziggler, he gets so high and he just gets shot right back down to mid-card.
Like, a year ago, he was the big hero in the Survivor Series match, and now this year he's...
Yeah, and in the year before that, he cashed in after Raw and won the World Heavyweight title.
Oh, yeah.
Against Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
What? I mean, how do you go from being that high up to all the way back down this way? You were World Heavyweight Champion at one point. For a couple months.
And for a guy who's so popular, like, they never seem to have good plans for Ziggler.
So popular. He gets pops everywhere he goes. He's loved at live events tremendously. Especially the ones here in Canada. I don't understand why he doesn't get the big push. There's something that WWE is not liking in him. I don't know why. He's such a Shawn Michaels-esque type of wrestler. I don't know why they don't just push him like him. Like, when they finally gave Shawn Michaels a push, he became one of the greatest superstars of all time. So I just don't know why they don't like giving Ziggler the push. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it, but whatever. We're just gonna deal with it. But that's it for that match. Moving on, we have the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker against the Wyatts. We thought was going to be Braun Strowman, because it was released in the SmackDown spoiler that they said that Braun Strowman was announced. Now, I'm guessing that was probably a mistake, and they screwed up, and they changed it last minute. So Luke Harper ended up being the wrestler for the Wyatts that joined Bray against the Undertaker and Kane. What an entrance by the Undertaker!
That was one of the best entrances.
That was
WrestleMania
entrance.
worthy.
That was definitely... Why was that entrance so good at Survivor? I know it's Survivor Series where he first started, but how come his WrestleMania entrances have been lacking lately, and that entrance was crazy? Well, I mean, the WrestleMania 31 was really cool with all the caskets, and then he lit the one with Brock Lesnar on fire.
Yeah.
And then... But 31...
I don't even remember...
31, he didn't even have a special entrance. He just came to the ring. Okay. Bray Wyatt had all the scarecrows, but Undertaker just came out to the ring. Like, this entrance was sick. You had all the pillars everywhere that are shooting fire out, more flames than he usually has. Yeah. You had the giant coffin screen that showed all the Undertaker gimmicks from when he first started to now.
That was
just
one of the
playing
coolest
over
things
and over again as he's making his entrance. That was insane. Really well done entrance. And the only thing that they needed was the droids, and that would have completed everything.
We popped hard for the picture of Badass Undertaker.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they showed it.
I am surprised they showed that. And it wasn't even the American Badass. If you notice, it was Big Evil Undertaker. The one after he cut his hair. The one when he like 2002, 2003 Undertaker.
Yeah.
So
like the jean jacket and the bandana and shades.
So
that was the coolest part of the match.
Yeah. That was the greatest part of the match. Other than that, it was just a basic Undertaker came at everyone doing... Kane and Undertaker doing their signature spots and all that stuff, and they double choke slammed Braun Strowman through the table.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
In the middle of the match, so yeah.
So they had that, but other than that, it was a basic match. It was cool to see. I mean, it's something for the fans that love Undertaker, and they did a lot of Undertaker chants the entire night, and it's just something for the fans. Like it wasn't something you're gonna watch expect to see something different. It's just to make the fans happy. Yeah. It was great to see Undertaker and Kane back together. and winning as the Brothers of Destruction again, and it was just great to see. It was really awesome.
Very well done. I love that.
And it's Undertaker's go home tour, so like his retirement tour. Sorry, so in 25 years ago he started. Like he started 25 years ago. So when he first made his debut at WrestleMania or at Survivor Series, he was 25 years old.
It's a long time.
He's now
ago.
50 years old. That's
crazy.
That's insane how long he's been a part of this business. Yeah. And how he stayed with this business. He didn't even make a jump to any other brand. He stayed with WWE the entire time. Crazy. But, yep, good for the Brothers of Destruction. And we'll see what the Wyatts now have in store. Maybe they'll go after someone else and feud with them. And we don't know what Undertaker's plans are. He's not scheduled to be on Raw or SmackDown this week, so we'll have to see about that. He probably won't show up till the Royal Rumble. That's my guess. Going on, last match of the night, we had the finals for the WWE title tournament. We had Roman Reigns against Dean Ambrose. I really expected this match to be a tad better. It was really bland, I thought. If I gave the match a rating out of 5, I would probably only give it 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah,
I mean...
everything exciting happened after the match. Like, the match itself was not really good. I thought they were going to have more spots, have more of a longer match, and, like, it didn't have that title match atmosphere at all.
I know, because it was a good little match, but yeah, it was really short. But I mean, it makes sense because both had a match earlier in the night.
Yeah.
And for what it was okay, I guess.
Yeah, but then Roman Reigns ends up winning.
But yeah, like, you're right. All thought. Yeah, it didn't have that big match feel.
No, I didn't feel it at all until I basically was waiting for the match to end. That's all I wanted to know was who's going to win the title. We just want to see, yeah. I didn't give a shit about the match. That's hilarious how I didn't give a shit about the match. But Roman Reigns winning off a spear, obviously. Wasn't a dirty win. It wasn't anything that way. Everyone thought it was going to be a heel turn. No one turned heel. So he's making his celebration. He's got the confetti, the pyro. Everything's happening. I'm like, I was even saying at this point, I'm like, this is exactly like SummerSlam. This is nuts how much like SummerSlam 2013 it was. Triple H comes out. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to happen. He comes to the ring.
Yeah.
Raises Roman Reigns' hand, and he goes to shake it. And then Roman Reigns turns around, drops the title, and then spears Triple H. Now, I know it's a little bit different, but in my head, I'm like, okay, where's Sheamus?
Yeah.
Where's Sheamus? And then Roman Reigns turns around, bro kick.
Yeah, sure enough.
I'm like, wow, this is SummerSlam all over again. Cashes in, goes for the cover, and he gets kicked out. That was the most interesting part, is how Roman Reigns kicked out right away.
I thought Reigns was going to win after that.
After that, I think everybody's like, oh my God, Roman Reigns actually win. They're going to make him look stronger than ever. He gets up, ducks over another bro kick, bounces off the ropes, and then Sheamus gets another bro kick after that, and then actually wins the title. I'm like, holy crap. The most predictable pay-per-view in a long time. And I screwed up on my pick because I didn't go the predictable route. I thought WWE was going to swerve us and make an interesting pay-per-view, and they kind of didn't. They fucked up big time by making this the most bland, predictable pay-per-view ever. I hated that. As much as it was good for business, the ending of this match, I hated it. I did not like the way they went. I know Sheamus makes sense as the new champion now, and he's the new authority boy, probably until Rollins comes back, and they'll probably feud with Rollins or whatever. When that happens, we'll have to see. But I don't like it. I hate how predictable they went. You're supposed to make this product better and more exciting now that a lot of your top guys are on the shelf or in a hiatus. How do you go that route? How do you go the predictable route?
They're hell-bent on making Reigns their top guy.
I thought so. That's why I thought Reigns, after he kicked out, I'm like, okay, I can live with this if Reigns wins now, but they didn't. Then Triple H comes back in the ring, lifts Sheamus' hands, and then they do the pose over Reigns' body, and then you leave with the title. So you have Sheamus as your champion and your poster boy.
Yeah.
That Mohawk-looking freak. And he's just boring. Sheamus is boring as hell. Sheamus has no mic skills. He's terrible on the mic. He's an okay wrestler, but you can't have him as your champion. I know it needed to happen because he had the Money in the Bank briefcase. I would have not wanted him to win the Money in the Bank match. I'm pretty sure I didn't pick Sheamus, or I don't remember who I picked in that match.
Probably picked Reigns.
I think I might have picked Reigns.
The only reason Sheamus won is because everybody thought Reigns was going to win.
Yeah.
That Money in the Bank match. I'm cool with Sheamus though. I like Sheamus.
No, I can't do it. I honestly, I cannot have Sheamus as a champion. I can't. I have nothing else to say. I'm done with that. I'm done. But that was the ending of that match, and you know what? For the storyline base, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
they did a good job with that ending of that, making it look like Roman Reigns is going to win. But what now? I mean, you're going to have Sheamus face Roman Reigns, obviously.
TLC, yeah.
Technically, that's a rematch.
Yeah.
He gets a rematch clause. So it's going to be a TLC match. Now, do you include Dean Ambrose? Is there going to be a triple threat match?
What's going on with Dean Ambrose now?
Like, where does Dean Ambrose go from here?
Yeah.
Like, you can have Sheamus and Roman Reigns feud. Yeah, everyone would be okay with that. It would make sense. But then what do you do with Dean Ambrose? Who does he have the feud with? There's no one left. Everyone's gone.
He might still just support Reigns because they were like, Ambrose was like congratulating him after the match.
Or maybe they're saving the heel turn for TLC.
TLC, yeah.
They could even do that. Do like he's going to climb the ladder and he pushes Reigns off the ladder.
Yep.
And Sheamus retains the title.
So then there's like 2 new authority guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Or something to do with John Cena since I'm guessing because it's in the TD Garden.
Boston.
It's the time around the time John Cena's scheduled to come back. Why not have John Cena be gay and come back and win the title again? I mean, it's always going to be John Cena. They're going to make him pass Ric Flair's or tie Ric Flair's record.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen eventually. He's going to be 16-time champion. Why not have it? Come back in his hometown where he gets booed anyways. And have another John Cena appreciation night. Have that dumb look on his face. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
I think I'm hoping for something else for John Cena. I don't want him to win the title yet.
It's nuts. Like, they need to do something. You have too many people on the shelf right now. Like Cesaro, he's hurt. If no one knows, he's got a shoulder injury, and he's going to be out for 4 to 6 months. I thought he could have been someone to get pushed with all these people on the shelf. Now he put himself on the fucking shelf. Now he's done. He's done for 4 to 6 months. Too many uppercuts. Look what you did. You have Randy Orton still on the shelf. He's got to get shoulder surgery. He's had multiple surgeries on that shoulder.
Yeah. So
Randy Orton's getting down to, he's almost retiring soon. Or come back on a part-time basis. John Cena's still filming a show. Who knows how long he's going to be. There's probably going to be rumors that he's going to come back at TLC because it's in his hometown. Maybe face Alberto Del Rio again. We'll see. Who else do you have gone?
Daniel Bryan. Tyson Kidd.
Tyson Kidd. So now you have both members of Cesaro.
Seth Rollins.
Going. Seth Rollins. Gone. Yeah, how did I forget about Seth Rollins? Gone. You have all your top guys gone. You have Reigns left. And Ambrose. And now Sheamus.
Reigns, Ambrose,
You really had to have Sheamus out of anyone in the mid-card right now to get a push. You pick Sheamus. This is why I hate it. You have all these people that deserve a push, but you give it to Sheamus because he was a former champion and it only makes sense right now. This is probably done last minute. I don't think they had... Actually, I read today that they were going to have Reigns win, and the Sheamus cash-in, the idea only became a reality 2 hours before the pay-per-view even started.
Really?
So they aren't even sure to put Sheamus. I'm glad that they were really unsure, but then they actually chose Sheamus, which is stupid. I mean, I can't think off the top of my head who deserves a push right now, but Ziggler. They could easily give him a push.
Wyatt,
yeah, Bray Wyatt. I could see Bray Wyatt having the title.
Owens.
Kevin Owens, my boy Kevin Owens. Man, how did I forget about that?
There's just too much talent.
And then they give it to Sheamus.
Yeah.
How? Well, Sheamus. I know because he was Money in the Bank winner.
He's a former champion. He's got the history.
Oh,
He's a Triple H guy.
He sucks.
So yeah, he's just going to be the top heel.
Oh, God. WWE, you're going to be sacrificing a lot here in the next couple months if this is the direction it's going to stay in. But we'll have to see. We'll have to tune in. I think we're still in for... I still have a feeling that we're in for a couple more surprises in the next month or two. Something's going to happen, especially the Royal Rumble. I can't even tell who's going to win the Royal Rumble anymore because that's probably... The picture for the Royal Rumble is all scrambled right now. They probably had a winner for the Royal Rumble already picked already, and they have to change it because of the Seth Rollins injury.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But other than that, that was a great, no, what am I saying? Boring pay-per-view. Very predictable, except for the Page match and the Owens and Ambrose match.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this pay-per-view a solid, out of 5, 2.8.
Yeah.
Odd score, but that's all it deserves.
I'll say it was a good pay-per-view. Not, I'm going to sit down and watch this again, but those two matches you said, those I can go...
That's pretty much it. I'm going to go back in the network and just watch those two matches of that entire pay-per-view. It's not a pay-per-view you want to rewatch all over again. It's terrible. I don't even want to watch the pre-show match. Can you believe that? I don't want to go back and watch the pre-show? Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
My god.
That match had a family.
It's gotta be Kane. But anyways, that was Survivor Series, guys. We'll try to get more podcasts to you in the coming weeks, leading up to TLC and leading up into our TLC predictions and what we think about the pay-per-view and a TLC review after that. Other than that, guys, I'm your host, as always, the greatest host, Kyle Masters. I'm here with my co-host, No Self-Phil. That is it.
Bye-bye.
Shit, it's 15 minutes into Raw.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
We'll